My name is Selena.
And my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Today, we have such a special episode because for the first time, we are sitting together and recording the podcast together.
Oh my gosh, hello.
I can touch you.
So weird. I know, it's so weird. I feel like I don't know what to do with my body right now.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice being in the same room as you, actually.
It is. It's weird. Like, we had to figure out a different setup because I feel like I am in a good routine of like what I have to do, like what we do when we record in two different places. But now that we're literally in the same place, I was like, what do we do?
I discovered that Selena is much better at setting up the microphone than I am. Also, where are we looking? Like, do we look at that or do we look at each other?
We could do both.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm talking to you, but then I also want to include the listeners, our 5 listeners, remember?
Yes, correct. Our fans. Oh, man. You guys, Selena and I had a long weekend. So Selena's visiting me in Boston right now, and we did a New York weekend. So we went to New York for the weekend, and we had quite a few adventures. Yeah. I want Selena to tell you the story of our roomie, who we don't even know the name of somehow. Because Selena's a better storyteller sometimes than I am. So go for it, dude.
So we got an Airbnb on like the Lower East Side of New York, and it was in our price range, but it was on the lower end of what it costs to stay in New York, which is freaking expensive. Heads up.
Yep.
Because it was a little more affordable for us, the Airbnb had another room that could host another person. So instead of, getting an Airbnb, like an entire house for you and like your friends, it's like you're getting a room instead, and then you share the common areas. So we do that. We get to our Airbnb, and our room is like tiny. Like, it's so tiny.
Like, genuinely, like a full size. It was basically like the size of a full size bed with like a tiny little space to the side for us to like stand. It was so small.
Oh yeah, so tiny. So there's that. And then we see that the other room is open, and like the bed is like a little like unmade and stuff. So we're like, okay, someone's staying here.
Yep.
And we are making margaritas to like before we go out. And this lady comes into the apartment. Like, she unlocks the door, and we're like, oh, this is our guest who's staying across from us. The
dramatic pause.
She just said hi, and, she asked us how long we were staying, if we're visiting, where we're from. It was really friendly.
Hold on. Are we going to describe what she looks like?
Oh, yeah. So this was like an older lady.
Like elderly.
Yes. Like very old. Well, not too old. Not too old that she couldn't climb up the 4 flights of stairs that we had to climb.
Facts. Just a little disheveled.
Yes.
Is a way to put it.
Yeah.
So, okay, continue.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Give them a visual.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then Theoni asked the golden question of how long she was staying in the Airbnb.
That was me trying to be friendly. I should have never said anything. Pro tip, when you stay in a random place in New York, don't
never
ask anyone
questions.
anything.
Never ask questions.
Yeah,
That's her new motto. Never ask questions.
That's great.
This lady, like, it was just like a trigger for her. It was like, how long are you staying? She's like, oh, well, my whole life long story. I'm just going to tell you and lean up against this kitchen counter and tell you my entire story.
The funny thing is, she said, I don't want to tell you my life story, but then proceeded to tell us her life story.
You're right. You're right. And it was literally the most weird thing, because we were stuck in the kitchen and we like couldn't go back, because obviously she was telling this freaking story about how like she and her sister like stayed in this like really, really nice hotel that Princess Diana stayed in. Like, it was very important that Princess Diana stayed there, and it's like the nicest hotel in the entire world. She started with, oh, it's the nicest hotel in the country, and then she's like, no, it's the nicest hotel in the world. I was like, all right, lady. And then she proceeds to tell us that she stayed there with her sister because they didn't have an apartment. She stayed there at the hotel for 4 months, which racked up $400,000.
I would like to know where she got this money from. I kind of don't believe it's true.
Oh, no, me neither. She did say it was from like a buyout, because her older apartment her like previous apartment that she was staying in, like a company bought out the entire
to
place.
build like condos.
Yep. So they paid her out. So I'm guessing some of that money, but it was not $400,000 worth for that buyout for that apartment.
No way.
And then this lady proceeds to tell us that like her sister got really, really sick and she got cancer. And then she also needed to tell us that it costed $1 million to like take care of her sister, which I think is so weird. And I've been thinking about this because it's just like, it's weird that she needed to tell us these amounts. It's kind of like a weird flex in a way. I don't want to say it's like a weird flex or that she's bragging, but it's some sort of way for her to like kind of like not show off. Oh yes.
Well, especially the $400,000 thing. It's like she's trying to establish that like she's too good for the place that she's in right now.
Correct. And I was thinking that way too, and I was just like, I don't know. It was just the weirdest thing because like I don't go around bragging that my Airbnb was like $400 a night when I stayed in like whatever place, you know.
Also, our Airbnb was not $400.
Oh no, it was not. Oh my god, it was it was
whatever.
A shit show. You're getting this story and it's so weird and you can't move. And then to put the cherry on the top, she has a napkin in her hand, right? And
she starts off with one napkin.
In her hand, okay? Yep. And there's a stain on her black shirt. She's trying to get it off. Okay, fine. Makes sense, right? Then she kind of starts like doing something with her nose, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're like, oh, okay, right? She's still telling the story as she's doing this.
Yes.
And then she throws that away. Okay, cool. It's done. No, it's fucking not.
No, it's not done. Because then, mid-sentence, she reaches into her dirty black shirt, pulls out this crumpled up like McDonald's napkin, and then starts literally, I'm sorry to be disgusting, but straight up digging around in her nose.
That's accurate.
Like,
literally.
It was so disgusting.
Yes.
While she's
she's telling the story to us. Like it was the most bizarre thing in the world.
Just a weirdo.
It was so weird.
Okay, but then we got to tell them about when we came back that night.
Oh my God, that was so scary. Okay.
I really thought we were going to get like murdered or something.
Same. So the first night that Theoni and I went out, we were going to the bars, obviously.
Obviously.
We have a life. We're fun.
Yeah, we're fun. We didn't stand by a bonsai tree the whole time.
Okay, but I wasn't drunk enough to go dancing.
Yeah, fair. Nope, not at all.
Okay, so our first night, we're coming back at like 2 a.m. in the morning, so it's pretty late for her. Yeah, and to go to sleep. We're coming up the 4 flights of stairs, right? Because our freaking Airbnb is on like the top floor. Theoni has a key, and she opens the door, and it's like pitch dark in the Airbnb, but at the corner of Theoni's eye, she can see that old lady sitting on her bed, on the edge of her bed.
Yes, literally just like hands crossed, like in her lap, just like staring ahead. And I was like, what the hell?
Like, was she waiting for us? Like, did she hear us? And she was like gonna get up? Like, I don't know. And also, as a visual, like the front door was right next to her room. Literally. And she didn't sleep with the door closed.
Which is even weirder when there's random people staying in the other rooms.
Yes. So we could see her like immediately out of the corner of our eyes. And then I went to go turn on the light because I saw her move and I didn't want Theoni to be freaked out because I was already freaked out. So I turned on the light and she's like, oh, hi, ladies. Like, can we turn off the light? I'm going to go to bed and blah, blah.
No, she didn't say I'm going to go to bed. She said, I'm sleeping.
Oh, yes, she did.
She said, I'm sleeping. No, you were not sleeping because I just saw you sitting on the edge of your bed.
No, and at that point, she was already up and going, too. Because when I turned on the light, she was already standing and walking towards the bedroom. She's like, oh, yeah, can you turn off the light? I'm sleeping. And I'm like,
no, you're not.
Yeah. And then we, like, quickly went into our bedroom. We got ready for bed. Theoni used the bathroom, and then it was my turn to use the bathroom. I was just going to take my makeup off and like quickly just like head back into bed. Yep. Literally, Theoni gets out. I get in. We're closer to the bathroom. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm just going to sneak in real fast.
Yep.
And then literally down the hall is her room, and I can see her figure in the pitch dark coming towards me. And she's like, oh, are you going to take a shower? I need to use the bathroom first. I just got to use the bathroom. And she's already walking, so I can't even say no. And then as she gets there, she's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to use the bathroom. I think it might take long.
And then literally just goes
Close
in and
the door.
shuts the door
Yeah.
before Selena can even answer.
And then I go back into the bedroom and Theoni's sitting at the bed and I'm just like
cracking
I
up.
know, and I'm just like, what the fuck happened?
Just a weird. And so from that moment, we always locked our bedroom door.
Yes.
But just when she was walking around, it just like gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, no.
Like it freaked me out.
It did, yeah.
So that was part 1 of New York.
God,
but otherwise, we did lots of fun things.
Yeah.
We went out at night. We went to brunch in the morning, which had bottomless mimosas, which is very dangerous.
Oh, very.
Yep. We went to the Met. We went to see Hadestown, which you guys, if you're in New York or if it's touring and it's in your city, go see it because it's literally incredible.
It's so good. Well, Theoni and I were going to go see Wicked, and we've already seen Wicked. And also, if you haven't seen Wicked either, it's literally fantastic, which is why we wanted to go see it again.
Yes, it's so good.
But then we were like, oh, we're in New York. We should go see a different show.
Yeah.
So we went to go see Hadestown, and it was like the best decision ever.
So good.
Yeah.
And then we ended up going to this bar afterwards, and then the next morning we went to Central Park, got some bagels.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it was super fun. Yeah, that was
super
it.
fun.
There was a lot of stuff happening, but very, very
Lots
fun.
to say. We went to a karaoke bar that was pretty empty.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We did do that. That was a time.
Yeah.
They didn't have Slim Shady though.
Oh my God. All the guys that we went to the second bar that night were so short. Can I say that? Can I say that? Because I am 5 feet. Like, and I felt like the guys were short. They were only like a head taller than me. And again, I'm like 5 feet.
And I'm 5'4", so maybe they were like my height, barely taller than me.
But you were wearing
But
heels.
I was wearing heels. Big mistake. I'm not exaggerating when I say I was towering over everybody.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like the city. Because like, I don't know, back in Minneapolis, like,
There's a good mix.
Yeah, there is a really good mix. But here, it was just like the entire bar was just short guys. And then there were like 2 tall guys that we saw.
Yep.
So weird.
Yes.
So, anyways, what are you drinking today?
So I was feeling a little tired this morning, so tea was not going to cut it for me. So I'm just drinking some breakfast fun coffee with my vanilla creamer.
I am drinking the same because after the weekend that we had, I need to just wake up.
Yes, I need all the energy I can get. I do have a significant amount of more creamer than Selena does in her coffee, but that's fine. It's fine.
It's fine, you know, however you like your coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? So when we got back from our New York trip, we kind of just chilled, but we have this like long list of things that we want to do together. So like we watched an episode of Emily in Paris, which we could also talk about.
Oh my gosh,
then,
I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I'm so hooked. We're 2 episodes in.
I know. And then another thing we did was I made Theoni a Hinge profile. And because, well, we took really good pictures in New York and we wanted to put them to good use, right?
Yep.
And I have never used a dating app.
Because, Selena's been with her fiance since high school and they're super cute, engaged, all the great things in life, getting married soon. Anyways, I have this habit with dating apps where I will download them for a day and then I think to myself, what am I doing? I literally hate this. And then I delete it a day later.
And so on the other hand, I don't know what that's like. I don't even know. Well, we figured it out. I don't even know how to put a profile together. So Theoni made me put a profile together for her. You had to pick pictures. You have to answer prompts, which is crazy to me. And then there's all the other info.
Yep.
And then we were kind of doing some likes together.
But we wanted to do a few live for you.
Yes.
Because I think we're discovering that like I will. Who do I lean towards? How do I say this in a nice way?
Theoni's type is a fuckboy.
I'm sorry.
If you don't know what a fuckboy is, it's basically a guy who like looks a little douchey, is not really nice to you, leaves you on red, but is like super hot, gorgeous, like ripped abs, like anything, like
the thing is I don't know why I lean towards that because I am not that. I don't have.
I know.
Here's the thing. If I look at my exes, I have dated not fuckboys. I have dated
I know.
nice looking fellas.
And
Who am I? Okay.
I don't know. And the thing is too is that like I know what you want, but you're going towards these fuckboys, and I'm like, that's not gonna get you what you want. Like I'm so confused.
But that's what's hard about because I swear the nice boys, the ones that I like actually could maybe be something.
Yeah.
Their profiles are so bad.
Okay. Oh my God, that's another thing. Okay, so I work I work at a marketing agency, and it literally kills me that all these guys are like, I went to business school and I went to marketing. Well, Chad, you don't even know what fucking picture to put on your fucking first one because it's so ugly. Like, you are not marketing yourself. Yeah, you're telling me here that you went to business school. Okay, sit down. Sit down. Because that shit bugs me. Literally. Like, you're really going to put a really dumb picture that's like,
I know,
a side profile or one with like a big group. Like, you don't know how to market yourself, right? So
I know.
Literally just imagine that you are a product and you are trying to freaking market yourself if you have to, because you clearly don't understand the concept.
So, I have introduced Selena to the world that we all hate.
Oh my God.
It's so much.
No, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to let Selena go through the likes that
yes.
I have built up. We went through a few this morning, but we thought it might be fun to go through them now. So let's do this.
Okay. So first up is Thomas. As a visual for everyone, I would consider this guy a fuckboy, but I don't think Theoni would.
Just because he's shirtless and has abs.
Okay, so my simple pleasures: hot showers, Oreo ice cream, and when the plates slide back on the weight racks without delay. What the heck
fuck?
Does
that even mean? I'm lost.
It's weightlifting.
Okay, gross.
See, he's a project manager, so he should know. He should be managing something. I don't know.
What does that mean that his love language is
Greek and
oh
poetry?
My
No, he doesn't understand
why
that.
are Greeks such suckers for Greeks? Like, I am such a sucker for a Greek.
Okay. I want someone who wants to have a lot of fun, will go to the gym with me, does not get nervous in social situations, and is a mature adult, not about games.
Okay, so let's talk about that one for a second. Okay. I want to have a lot of fun, but what does that mean?
Okay.
Will I go to the gym with you? I don't know. That's a maybe. I'm trying to get back into it, but as of right now, that seems like death.
Yeah.
So, does not get nervous in social situations. It depends who I'm with.
I would say, though, you strive in social situations. So when I saw that, I was like, oh no, definitely Theoni.
Maybe it's the anticipation getting to the. Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
I don't think he's worth it.
No, I don't think so either, unfortunately. Okay. Also, the fact that he answered my love language thing is wrong bugs me. Because he doesn't know what that means then.
You're right.
It's either, you only have 5 options, you guys. 5 options. If you haven't taken the test, take the damn test. Oh my God. See, like that was an automatic no for me. Because if you don't know your love language and you don't know what that means, why are you answering it?
Enough.
See, Jeremy, no.
No.
Okay.
It's a jean jacket. I don't.
It's a jean jacket.
It doesn't. Not that a jean jacket on a guy is bad, but it's the way that, like, there's something about it.
Adam, I would say no. For one of the prompts for Theoni's profile, it was like, "Oh, teach me one thing about the NBA." That's what I wrote about.
And then I said, "All I know is Jason Tatum."
Yeah. And then he said, "All you need to know is that college basketball is way better than the NBA."
I literally said that the other day
because you like
I like college basketball better.
Yeah. Okay. He's your type.
Yeah.
He's definitely your type.
Yeah, I know. What's his irrational fear?
Snakes. I don't know. That picture kind of ruined it for me. But he's not bad. He's not bad.
No, something in my gut is telling me.
Okay, his prompts also
so boring.
So boring. Fact about me that surprises people: where I was born.
So
dating me is like just an overall good time. Most irrational fear: snakes. No, you sound fucking boring. Sorry. Okay, bye. Sam, I would say no.
Yeah, no. Sorry, Sam. You know, it's funny. He's popped up the last time I had this app.
Shut up.
I recognize him. Yeah.
Shut up.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and it's a no.
Okay. No for me, dog.
But I recognize him.
Yeah.
Of course his name is Nick. I swear to you, every time I'm on this app, I find a Nick. And you know what? It's a for sure no. Okay. But the thing is there's so many Nicks in my family already that I'm just like determined to not end up with a Nick because I just can't.
You're like, no, thank you. Okay, that was it. Okay. All 8. Wow.
I'm sad there weren't any voice prompts.
I know. Those are really funny.
Those things are so funny.
Wow. Okay. All 8 were like a no-goes, unfortunately.
Well, that's
Damn.
Okay. It's okay.
God, this world is weird, y'all. Yeah. I'm thankful that I'm engaged.
I ideally would love to just meet someone naturally and not worry about this because whatever.
Okay.
It is what it is. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Do you have any pop culture things?
Okay, I do. I have one thing. So I haven't been on TikTok a lot because I've obviously been in Boston with
I know, me neither.
Theoni. So I don't have a lot, but I do have one thing. I don't want to talk about it, but I just want to mention it because I'm excited about it. Robert Pattinson's the Batman, I think, is coming out soon, or it's already out.
Okay.
And I know we talked about this a little bit when I got here, but I love him as the Batman.
I've never been a big Batman person because I love superhero movies, and I just, compared to everyone else, I'm like, Batman. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
But, and I was not a fan of Robert Pattinson until I started watching interviews of him and Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Because I think they're so funny and their chemistry is really good. And I also think she makes a really good, like, Catwoman. That's who she's being, right?
Yes. No,
Okay.
She's like
Fantastic.
perfect
Yeah,
for that role.
such a good casting. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't super pumped about it, but like I would definitely be down to see it at some point. I think some of my friends were talking about going, so maybe I'll just go with them just to see it because I love going to movies. But
yeah. I don't know. It was like a TikTok or whatever that you showed me of him doing press tours, and he's actually really funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
I haven't like seen a lot of his like press interviews, but I don't feel like he's that funny in all of his other press interviews compared to the one that he's doing for Batman. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe he's just like really happy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Also, there was this one TikTok that you showed me or whatever with him wearing that coat. And he was like walking to the premiere. Looks so good. So fine. That's Bruce Wayne right there.
I don't know. There's something about him. I'm not like, oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Yeah, yeah.
He's cute.
Yeah, no.
It's just not my type.
I know. I think he's cute. Do you have anything? That was it for me.
I don't think I do. I probably will think of like 500 things after we shut off the podcast.
Okay. Oh my god, no.
What?
I know
Wait,
what.
what?
I know what we have to talk about. The freaking movie we watched last night, Plus One.
Yes. Okay, you guys, there is this movie on Hulu called Plus One. It came out in 2019. And I'm convinced it's the most underrated rom-com ever.
Yeah.
The way it is filmed, the plot line, everything about it is so good. The characters,
acting.
the acting. At first, I was like, I don't know about the acting, especially with the main character who's played by Jack Quaid, who, for the record, looks so similar to his dad.
Yeah.
Especially when he's like smiling, but it is such a good movie. And Selena and I, it's so fun to like be in a room and watch things with her again, because we were like cracking up and literally had to hide our face with our blankets because it was just like too much.
The banter is insane.
Oh my gosh.
I was just blown away by the banter. It was so funny. I don't know what the actress's name is, but the main girl character is hilarious. She's so
funny.
She's so like vulgar, but like such a funny way
And in a natural way. Like the way they talk is so natural.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And it wasn't forced, and
No.
it felt really real and intimate, and that's why I liked it. And I think that's probably because of the acting and also the way it was filmed.
Yes.
That it just felt really, really intimate, and I was like, wow, just vibing with this. But yeah, go watch it. Plus One, very underrated. It was so good.
You guys will literally love it. I
good.
promise you. So good.
That was it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Should we dive into our episode?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. Selena didn't want to tell me what celebrity couple she was choosing for today's episode.
Well, okay.
But I had a really hard time deciding. So she knows who mine is.
To my defense, I told you two couples that I wanted to do, and then when I got to the airport to fly to Boston, I changed it last minute.
Facts. Okay, great.
Do you want to guess who?
I've been thinking about it for 2 days, and I cannot think of someone.
Just who do you? I gave Theoni a hint that they're cute. That's it.
Actually, I think I know.
Who?
Zoe Deschanel and Jonathan Scott.
No.
Okay. I don't know then.
They are cute. That one would have been really interesting.
I know.
Do too.
I literally just thought of
because they just bought a house and they're like renovating it.
Yeah,
which I think,
of course they are.
Which I think is really cute because he obviously has that HGTV show,
Property Brothers. Yes,
so good. Okay, so you don't have any other guesses?
No.
Okay, my celebrity couple today that I'm going to be doing is
say it.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
That's such a good one.
I told you they were cute.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay.
Okay. Mine's going to be pretty short because, I mean, there's not much with them. And they're, again, very, very cute. And I'm just so obsessed with them.
I'm obsessed with them.
I'm so obsessed with which is why I wanted to do it.
If they ever break up, my life will be over.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Okay, so Blake and Ryan starred together in the movie Green Lantern,
Yes.
which filmed in 2010 and premiered the summer of 2011. At the time of filming, Blake Lively was dating Penn
Badgley.
Yeah, I don't know how to
As
say
in
his name.
Joe from You.
Or co-star from Gossip
Yes,
Girl.
yes,
So that's how
Dan.
that's how they knew each other, which I didn't know that they were dating at that time. But then again, 2010 was a really long time ago.
Facts.
And I don't remember when Gossip Girl ended.
Also, Dan and Joe are the same person. Try to tell me I'm wrong. Anyways, okay, go ahead.
You will die on that
Yeah,
hill.
literally.
And then Ryan Reynolds was still married to Scarlett Johansson, who is Black Widow.
Oh, I forgot.
Yes.
Wow.
They were married for about 4-ish years, I think,
Okay.
I want to say. They were with different people at the time of filming Green Lantern. And it was famously told by Reynolds that him and Lively went on a double date with different people, but that night they hit it off super well, even though they were on a date with like other people.
Yikes.
Have you seen that interview?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm curious, like, who they were on dates with.
Me too. I couldn't find it. Maybe it's out there on the internet and I just wasn't doing good enough research, but I am so curious.
I want to know.
Because I think it's so funny that they were on a double date and they were like, oh, actually, we mesh really well together, you know?
Which, interesting.
I know, right? So it was finally in October of 2011 that rumors started swirling about Lively and Reynolds' relationship when Lively was seen leaving Reynolds' Boston apartment early in the morning, which is another reason why I wanted to do the relationship, because we're in Boston. And I was like,
Oh, look at that.
In September of 2012, they tied the knot after a year of dating. I didn't know it was that fast.
I didn't know it was that fast either, but also,
Yeah.
I guess at the end of the day, if they had known each other during filming and all of that stuff, it might have been
Yes.
one of those things where they were really good friends, and
yep.
then it kind of just like flipped a switch, and
Yes.
they're like, why would we even second guess
No,
this?
I agree. My heart was like so happy because Lively's co-stars from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants were there at the wedding. And I was like, shut up, because that movie is literally my childhood. I love that movie so much.
I didn't watch it until later in life, so I
Yeah.
feel like I had a different reaction to it.
Oh, okay.
And I also get angry that Lena, I think her name is Alexis Bledel.
Yes, yep.
She is like the most non-looking Greek person I've ever
I
seen
know.
in my life.
I know.
Whatever. It's fine. It's not fine. Okay.
Yeah, but that just makes me happy that they're like
know.
all still friends. Like it just,
yeah.
oh, I love it.
So cute.
Yeah. In October of 2014, they announced that they were pregnant and they were expecting their first kid together. So it was about 2 years that they were married, and then they had a kid,
Wow.
which I think is like a good amount of time, whatever they want. And then in April of 2016, they announced that they were expecting their second kid together. So another 2 years after
What are
that.
their kids' names? I think James and Betty.
I'll get into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. And then there was a little break, but then in March of 2018, I wanted to add this because I thought this was freaking hilarious. Because if anyone knows, Blake and Ryan have such a funny banter on social media.
Oh my gosh!
It's
like their
freaking
birthday
hilarious.
posts. Are you gonna talk about that?
No, it was in the article that I read, but I didn't.
Yes,
Yeah,
like the birthday post where they'll literally post a picture where they're cropped out of it.
It's so funny. It's the most ridiculous thing, but it also makes me so happy because I'm like, oh my God, they know how to have fun. They're like so in love. And I'm like, So in March of 2018, there were rumors that the couple was having like marriage problems. And Ryan said, quote, I wish I could use a little me time. Like, he's just so, and that's like
so
the humor
rude to each other,
I know,
but
it's so
funny.
It's so funny. That's like all their humor.
I love that because what were we reading the other day? The quote was like, you need like a 50-50 roast to like whatever ratio.
Yeah.
Where did we see
I
that?
don't know, but I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, I like that sense of
I
humor.
know.
I think, and it works so well.
Again, too, but that's such a Ryan Reynolds thing too.
Yes.
Even in his like interviews and stuff, he has such a dry humor.
Yep, so sarcastic.
But I love it though.
Yep,
you
same
know.
here.
In May of 2019, Lively and Reynolds attended the Detective Pikachu premiere, and then she revealed her baby bump, announcing that they were expecting a third baby. So they had a bigger gap between the second child and the third child, which is fine. I mean, having kids is a lot. And then, fun fact, Lively and Reynolds are really, really good friends with Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift used all 3 of their kids' names in her song Betty. So it's James, Inez, and Betty. And that's the story that Taylor Swift tells on Folklore, I want to say. It's either Folklore
well, I know
Folklore
she
or
has
Evermore.
The one song called Betty.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So in July of 2021, they celebrated their 10-year anniversary.
Wow.
10 years.
I can't believe they've been together that long.
Me neither. When I saw that, I was like, really, 10 years? I feel like, you know, it's really, really weird, but good for them. I'm so happy for them.
I'm so happy for them too. Like, I think they're just such a good couple.
They're perfect together.
They're perfect together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like seeing celebrity couples work out and just like healthy and funny and or at least from what I can see.
Yeah.
You know.
I have just some other fun facts about their relationship. Not a lot, but in an interview, I think that Ryan Reynolds gave recently, I want to say, it was just something about filming, because he's been doing a lot of films. I don't know what Blake is up to, but he's been doing a film. The like Red Notice movie on Netflix.
That movie is so good, by the way.
Yeah. What else did he do recently? There was another movie that he did.
Free Guy?
Yes,
which
that
is
other
also
one too.
Fantastic.
Like, he's just kind of been pumping out a lot of movies, which is great, but I don't know if he's going to be taking a break after this, which I think he is.
I think he came out saying he was
and then Blake roasted him for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's been doing a lot of movies, and I think they asked him like how he manages that with like a family now and 3 kids. And he says, quote, "We don't split up, like I shoot movies and my wife shoots movies, and we go travel all over the place, and we just all go together. I think that's been the best part of it, is that we don't really spend a lot of time apart. I get to spend a lot of time with my girls," end quote. Which is so adorable. And I think that's great that they're able to, you know, establish those like foundations that like they always want to spend time together.
Well, I think you need that, especially as a celebrity couple, when you're like all over the place all the time and your schedules are so weird and all these different things. Like, you need to have that.
And the thing is too that they're both so big.
Yes.
You know, like Ryan Reynolds is like, you know, Deadpool. He's doing all these movies. He's like a really, really big name. But I also think that Blake also holds her part too.
Oh,
she is
does.
huge.
She's
you know,
huge, but also I haven't seen her in anything lately.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
I
she's
hope
like
she has
taking.
more.
Yeah, I don't know if she's taking a break or whatever. But like, good for her and like whatever she's up to.
I want to see her in. Maybe she hasn't. I just haven't seen them. But I want to see her in some like serious roles.
Yeah.
Where she doesn't, because I feel like sometimes she gets typecast a little bit.
Yeah. Have you seen Age of Adeline?
Yes.
I love that movie.
I felt indifferent about it.
Really? Oh my god!
It was like a good concept, but yeah, I don't know. I
loved that movie.
Did you see the one with gosh, what's it called? With Blake Lively and
Anna Kendrick?
Yep.
I love that movie.
What was it
Simple
called?
Pleasure or Simple Favor or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. It was really good. Yeah.
But
I
again,
really
too,
liked
I
that
think
one.
those like roles are perfect for Blake, because she's
agree.
just like this like sexy, like
Yes.
very established like person, like the perfect part.
100%.
Another fun fact that
Oh,
I found when I was researching them, I think Ryan and Blake bought a house a week after they began dating. I'm not sure how true it is, but
Because we know our track record with celebrities and buying houses.
Buying houses, yeah.
So,
oh my god. But so I don't know how accurate it is, but it was pulled from an interview that Ryan gave.
Oh.
So I was like, I
So
don't know. Maybe is he like exaggerating a little bit? But it was a quote that he said. I don't have the exact quote, but he did say that like a week after that they were dating, they were talking about like buying a house together, and then they bought a house together. Like, it was so weird. But I think it goes back to your point of, I think they were friends first. So that's why the relationship kind of went as fast as it did.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, okay, I guess you could buy a house together.
Yeah, sure. All right, go off.
And then my last thing is just their ages. So Blake is 34. Mm-hmm. I didn't know she was that young. I thought she was a little older. I don't know why. Yeah. And Ryan is 45.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I didn't realize
there was that big of a gap.
That big of an age gap.
I also didn't know Ryan Reynolds was like 45.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been like 39 for 10 years.
Yes, forever.
I don't know why.
Forever.
That's just the age I think of.
Yes,
him
and
as.
I always think of Blake like in her late 20s, like always just constantly in her late 20s.
Literally.
Maybe because she looks just so young.
Mm-hmm. But like at the end of the day, I think sometimes, no offense, women mature quicker
Oh, 100%.
than men do. So I think especially when the guy is older than the woman, I think that makes sense. But also at the end of the day, it's like, for me, it's about like stage of life and like what your maturity level is, what lifestyle you have, like all those different things.
Yeah.
But
And
I didn't know it was that big.
I didn't know
I knew
either.
there was a gap, but I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah. But then again, too, like I think they're perfect for each other. And I think they like
they're so
were
perfect.
At the time that they met and the time that they got together. I think they were just like in the right place. Because again, Ryan got a divorce from Scarlett late 2010, early 2011. And so he was still healing from that. And I think he was like, finally, he just found the one, you know?
Yep. And he's like, I'm not wasting any time.
Yeah. Yeah. And he deserves it because they're literally the cutest couple ever.
Actually cutest couple.
Well, that's it. I just wanted to do a wholesome couple because I love them so much.
I love them. I'm so glad you chose them.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Okay, I'm going to dive into my couple. I wouldn't describe them as wholesome.
No.
So I am going to be talking about the infamous Megan Fox and MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, aka Colson Baker. So first I'm going to go into a timeline of their relationship. I got a lot of this information from an Elle article and a Cosmopolitan article just because, I want to give them credit. Okay. So they met on a movie set for the indie movie Midnight in Switchgrass in 2020. So they met and did that in 2020, and the film premiered in 2021.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they met on this indie movie set. And the movie had to stop filming for COVID. And that's when they started spending more time together, I think, in like quarantine and things like that.
Oh, got it.
So that's kind of when that blossomed. And then in May 2020 is when like the romance rumors started, which is also simultaneously when separation rumors started with her then husband, Brian Austin Green.
Yep.
So it's very interesting because they were not fully divorced or anything like that until like they were already dating. So it was a weird overlap.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which I feel like that happens with celebrity couples sometimes, where they'll be like divorces almost get drawn out because
long.
I think there's just so much more to like
100%.
like
All the
split up and
assets.
things.
Yeah,
exactly.
Do you know when the divorce finalized?
Yes, I will get into
Okay,
that.
cool.
It's interesting because in later May 2020, after this, Brian Austin Green was talking about how Megan was telling him that she felt more herself without him and all of these things. And Brian knew about MGK, but he thought they were just friends and trusted her judgment and things like that, which is interesting because they were not just friends. So I'm so curious to hear about what Megan and Brian Austin Green's conversations were.
Oh my gosh, I did not know about that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
So there was a lot of overlap, and it seems like it was very murky, the communication.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
And it does seem that their relationship ended like amicably, but I think that was mostly because they share 3 kids together and didn't want to like blow it up because of that. In May 2020 as well, a lot happened in May 2020. This was a big month.
Wow.
So late in May 2020, Megan Fox was in MGK's music video for Bloody Valentine, where they were almost kissing and all of these things. And that is when like really the relationship rumors started.
Oh my gosh.
Which is nutso. But in June 2020, Megan and Brian Austin Green were spotted together kissing and holding hands.
Wait,
after
June of 2020?
Yes, so after all of this. And that was also when Brian had lunch with this one model. So I don't know if it was one of those things where maybe they were dating other people.
Yeah.
But also were maybe trying to see if they could make it work.
Because you know what? You know what I heard from the last of her and Brian? That's his name, right?
Yeah, Brian Austin Green.
The last I heard was that she was pregnant with her 3rd kid, but before that they were thinking about getting a divorce, but then she found out that she was pregnant, so then they stayed and worked it out together. True. Yes, that was the last thing I heard from their relationship, because I obviously didn't keep up, but wow, so maybe they were trying again a little bit.
Which I understand. I mean, you have kids, you don't.
Yeah.
But I also think, I don't know. And this literally got brought up in that Plus One movie we were talking about. In June 2020, according to a source, Brian was still holding out hope. This was June 16th, 2020. A source came out saying that he was still wanting to make this relationship work. June 17th, the day after a source said that, a source came out and said Megan and MGK were official. Oh my God. So literally a day after.
Okay though. What about these like sources though? What are your thoughts on that in Hollywood? Because I know that those things can either be really false or really true. Did you hear about how the Kardashians tried to place like a fake information to see who was the source in their close friend group?
Shut up.
But it failed because something got messed up and then they couldn't figure it out. But they were really close to figuring out who in their close friend group is the source. Yeah.
Crazy.
So whenever I hear a source, I'm always like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very wary about it.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that as I was reading it, but I think it's really interesting because you never know if it's true or not.
Oh, 100%.
So you have to take it with a grain of salt. Okay, so then in July 2020, July 22nd, MGK and Megan did their first interview together on the podcast Give Them Lala with Randall Emmett.
Okay.
I think they're in the Real Housewives
Got it.
situation. Megan was talking about how her and MGK were twin flames and part of the same soul. And she knew right away that something would come from the meeting.
Yeah.
And in quotes, she said, a soul has ascended into a high enough level that it can be split into two bodies. So basically, they're the same soul.
Okay.
According to Megan.
I've heard that Megan is very, very like.
Oh, she is. It's all astrology.
Yep. She's very, very into that. And like, there was this one weird freaking interview that I watched. I think she was on that show on, gosh, what's that Teresa show? The Long Island Medium. What show?
It's called Long Island Medium.
Yeah, but what network is that show on? TLC. There's another one that a guy did. He's a celebrity.
Tyler Henry.
Yes. He did Megan Fox, I think. And she said she was giving him some background about her experience that she is not a medium, but she can feel things and stuff. And so they were bonding over that in the episode. So I'm not surprised that like she's saying
that.
Yeah, it's really good. I think she talked, I don't know who she talked to through him, but it was really, really good.
I'm very wary about that stuff, to be honest.
Really?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But then she also said that she knew he was a Pisces moon, and the astrologist that was also on the episode said MGK was meant to marry someone like Megan. So
wow. Okay.
So there's a lot of different things they're feeling, which whether you believe in that stuff or not, I do believe there's something like internally that maybe like you know, like, okay, that's the one.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Agree. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I mean, not that I would know because, but you know, I just.
That's the same thing with me and Jack. I think, I don't remember what his sign is, but I think I've showed you, there's like this big book of like birthdays for the astrology in like Barnes and Noble or whatever. And I looked it up and like me and his sign are like compatible.
Wow.
And it was literally so random. Like I was just like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know.
Crazy.
Again,
it's so interesting.
I know. I mean, it's not like a Bible that you should go by when you're dating, when you're trying to find something, but I think it's just very interesting.
Totally. So not too long after that, approximately 6 days after that interview, on July 28th, 2020, they went Insta official on MGK's Instagram, and their location was set as the universe on that photo. Because why wouldn't it be? Because they're so funny.
Okay, sure.
So then on August 5th, 2020, so not too long after his post, Megan made it Instagram official on her account. On that same day, Brian basically copied her caption with a photo of their kids, but then said she wished them the best. So he was like, took her caption and copied it, but made it about their kids, which was so spicy.
I remember seeing that and being like, oh, the tea is hot.
The tea is so hot. Crazy. Also, Brian, you are not wishing them the best. In that moment.
You were salty.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have copied the caption. Like, whatever. So then in September 2020, MGK was telling Howard Stern that he didn't know true love until he looked into Megan's eyes.
I do remember that interview.
Which actually, that is kind of cute.
Yeah.
And I stand by the fact that I mean, I hope this isn't too rude, but I think they're very weird, interesting people, but I think they're made for each other.
I think so too, 100%.
I really
as
think
weird
they
as they are, I think they were made for each other.
But also, who cares if they're weird?
Yeah.
Like, they're living their lives and they seem so happy. And
so content.
I kind of love them together.
Yeah, I agree.
There are some things I don't love, but we'll get into that. In particular, this one thing.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so in October 2020, it was reported that MGK met Megan's kids. We don't know if that's
Okay.
100% true, but I feel like that was big because I think she loves being a mom. Like she really cares about being a mom.
Yep.
So then in February 2021, there was a little gap. I couldn't find a ton in that time frame, but in February 2021, sources say things are going well, but Megan was feeling unsure. But then in April 2021, it was noted that Brian was making divorce difficult because of custody with their kids. Which is probably why this was getting dragged out so long.
Yeah.
Which I can understand because I can imagine trying to work that out is impossible.
Well,
and
as a celebrity too.
Yes,
oh my
exactly.
gosh.
But they landed on joint legal and physical custody. And then in May 2021, there was the infamous picture of them touching tongues. That picture at the Billboard Music Awards where she's wearing that pink outfit.
Yeah.
Which her fashion is like really nice. I actually love everything she wears. Sometimes it's a little scanty for my taste. I'm like, are you even wearing clothes? But
if I had that
she looks
body,
bomb.
I would also be wearing that stuff. If I had the body after 3 kids, but also I know she's in Hollywood, so she can afford, different beauty stuff than I can, just a 24-year-old in freaking Minnesota.
Yeah.
But
and then in an Instagram post of them, she commented saying she has daddy issues in relation to MGK, which stop saying. And then
I see.
And then MGK responded to that with "Daddy loves you." I hate that.
That's so weird.
That
and
is
funny.
the one thing I hate. I'm sorry.
So weird.
I'm sorry if anyone ever tries to call if you. Oh my! I'm sorry. That is not your daddy.
Oh my god!
Also, I'm sorry, but I can't handle the word daddy anymore.
Oh my god!
You are my dad. You are my father. You are my boyfriend.
Yeah.
You are not my dad.
Yeah. No.
You're not my dad.
But the thing is that I'm not surprised with the way that their relationship is. I'm not surprised about that, and I just think it's funny. I don't know.
And then I think I noted this later, but I'll say it now. She did that one interview at an award show where she said, "Whatever daddy says."
Yes,
I hate that.
I did remember.
Honey, no.
I did remember
Enough. I hate
Stop.
it. Please stop.
Too many slices.
Literally, it's so bad. Anyways, so then in July 2021, there was an interview on Fox 5 New York where their nicknames were revealed. So some of their nicknames include Cookie, Buddha, and Booby. So, also in that same interview, Megan said that she knew MGK was her soulmate and has known him in many forms in many lives. So,
Okay, again,
take with that what you will.
Again, with Megan being like a very, I don't want to say spiritual, but she's very in tune with like the way that with the universe. I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah.
Knowing how you reacted to the nickname in the hating game, how do you think about these nicknames?
Wait, which nickname in the hating game again?
Shortcake.
Oh, yeah! I forgot! Again, wiped it from my memory.
Blocked it.
No, I don't. I hate nicknames like that. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. No.
Wait, so you don't like nicknames in general?
No, I don't.
Why
I
am
don't
I
think
just
so.
finding this out?
I don't know. I just don't.
So like, okay, so when
my name is Theoni.
My name is Theoni, and you're going to use it.
Don't call me Cookie. Don't call me Buddha. Don't call me Booby. Don't call me Mommy. Don't call me Daddy. My name is Theoni.
Don't call me Shortcake.
Yeah, literally, don't call me Shortcake.
Wait, so like when you...
I mean, maybe if I was dating someone, it would have to be the right person. Like if they called me babe or something.
I was just going to ask that.
But also, it has to be done in the right context.
Yeah, because
even Sweetie gives me the heebie-jeebies sometimes.
Holy shit, seriously, Theoni?
It has to be done correctly because it's like, I don't know.
Wow, why am I just finding this out? That's crazy.
Maybe because I don't date people enough to tell you this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Noted. I think I'll have to change that on your Hinge profile.
It's not on my Hinge profile. Can you imagine? Oh. Hey, everyone out there, just so you know,
I hate nicknames.
Don't call me Daddy or Cookie or Shortcake. Bye. Like, hello.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Am I allowed to ask if you and Jack have nicknames?
We do. That's why I was really intrigued. Because like I'm like shook that you don't even like babe or like sweetie or whatever.
Babe can be good in the right context.
Or even like baby.
That's what I said. Baby freaks me out. Like, I'm not, because I'm not an infant. Like, I'm not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess in the context, because like Jack doesn't call me like babe or whatever. Yeah. Well, sometimes he does. Like if he's calling me or like, hey babe, can you grab me, like whatever.
That doesn't bother me.
See, okay,
that
in the context, yeah, yes, that makes sense. In the context, it makes sense. I guess, okay, I don't know if this is knowing you hate nicknames.
Don't know.
I don't know if this is gonna.
I can appreciate them for other people.
Okay.
I just don't want to be called Buddha. So.
Okay, so he calls me Smalls because again I'm 5 foot and he is 6'1".
That's a cute one.
So he calls me Smalls, like,
that's
hey,
cute.
like Smalls, you like, are you hungry or
really
whatever?
Cute.
Yeah, because I'm really really small, and then I call him Biggs because he's 6'1".
Cute, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that is cute. That does not repulse me. That I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, and he got that from, I think it's the movie The Little Rascals, because it's like, oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and Biggs, I think of like Sex in the City.
Oh yes, yeah.
So I don't know. Okay,
yeah,
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, it's all about the context.
Yes, no.
And also who you are as a couple.
Yeah, makes sense.
But like, yeah, I'm not even going into it more because y'all know my thoughts. Okay. October 2021.
Okay.
They did the British GQ cover where Meghan told people about when they first met each other. Mm-hmm. She came up to him and said, "You smell like weed," and he said, "I am weed." Yeah. And then Meghan said he just disappeared.
This
what?
A meme
Who
everywhere.
Says I am weed? What does
I guess he does.
Mother. Oh my. Like, I'm sorry. If I said, first of all, I would not tell a guy he smells like weed. I would just not.
Okay.
But then someone said,
so I would say you smell like weed, but I would never reply saying I am weed. That's weird. What do you mean?
What do you mean I am? Do you, dandelion? I don't know. What?
I don't know.
In this same interview, she also said their souls have to face their shadow selves, and she doesn't want people to think they're perfect because they see light and hell with each other.
I'm not surprised that Meghan is saying this, but
no.
it does intrigue me because
it's intriguing. I just want to know what it means. What is a shadow self?
Okay, well, I'm on that side of TikTok.
Great.
Have you heard of like your higher self and like your shadow self?
No.
So the higher self is like the potential that you can like reach, or not the potential that you can reach, I think, but it's like more so like being self-aware of like what you can achieve.
Sure.
And it's just a way to not plan, but just to be self-aware of like where you want to go in life.
Sure.
And so not a lot of people, but like people do it for their careers, but then all people do it also for their life. Like, you know, like when they want to meet someone, when they want to do all these like life milestones. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the higher self. I think the shadow self, I'm not too familiar with the shadow self, but I think it's the opposite of the higher, where it's like you have to face what you've overcome to get to where you are or something. It's just like a fancy like method to like look at your life differently. I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't know until I just stumbled upon it on TikTok and being like,
interesting.
Yeah.
That's like me and tarot card TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes.
Don't even get me started.
It literally.
If one of those mother trucking cards tells me I'm gonna meet my soulmate in the next 3 days,
One more
and then I don't meet my soulmate, I'm gonna freak out. And the worst part is I fall for it every time. And the next 3 days going to the grocery store, I'm like, who is it?
Who is it? I'm looking.
Yeah. Okay. So then a couple months after that, in January 2022, they become engaged. And they did it by this one tree that they really thought was like magical, meant a lot to them. They had a very meaningful engagement ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's really interesting. And there was actually, they caught a lot of heat because a lot of people were telling Meghan to stay away from MGK because they thought MGK was toxic.
Yes. Yep. I've seen that too. Mm-hmm. I guess I didn't realize that it was just in January that they got engaged. A lot.
Well, time isn't real anymore.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Along with their engagement, they talked about in July of 2020, they were sitting under this tree together and asked for magic. And they were oblivious to the pain they would face together in such a short period of time. And they were unaware of the work and sacrifices the relationship would require from them. But they were intoxicated off of the love and the karma. So that was in 2020, and then years later they got engaged by that tree. So I don't know what all that means, but that's what they talked about.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense.
A very meaningful place.
So
for
it
them.
came full circle for
Yes,
them. Okay,
exactly.
that makes sense.
Which I think makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. This was in Megan Fox's. This was part of her caption on Instagram for when they got engaged. Okay. I'm just going to read this.
Okay.
Somehow, a year and a half later, having walked through hell together and having laughed more than I ever imagined possible, he asked me to marry him. And it's just as in every lifetime before this one, and in his every lifetime that will follow it, I said yes. ... And then we drank each other's blood. 1/11/22.
It started off. It started off really great,
romantic.
and then it took a hard left turn.
What? I'm sorry. I don't know. Why are you drinking each other? You're not. What? Catch me never doing that.
If it's their thing, sure. Like I'm not gonna.
Healthy?
I don't think so.
Is it
healthy?
I'm just curious because I know that like. See, again, I feel like I have a reaction because that's just so far from like what I would do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm really curious, like, why did they do that? Because I'm sure, like, knowing Megan and how she's so like into all this stuff, I'm sure there was a reason for it.
Yeah.
Probably something to like enhance their connection.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I mean, again, I'm not surprised because their relationship is so weird. So it's like whatever floats their boat at this point. I'm like, cool. Like maybe that's normal for them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And I was going to say I don't want to judge them and I'm not judging them, but I kind of have been judging them.
Yeah.
But I also at the end of the day like you do
you do you,
know?
right? If you're happy and you're content, that's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes I find that thing's weird. You know, like it's just it's just personal
it's just
preference.
my reaction.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the timeline of their relationship up until this point.
Okay.
I did want to just touch on a few random things that I read that I thought were interesting. One of these random things I wanted to note that I thought was just kind of strange. MGK said that their first kiss was just breathing each other's breath. So they just sat there with their mouths really close, just breathing.
Oh my God. Okay, now that's weird. That's weird.
Can you imagine like going on a date, like a first date with someone, and then you're like, oh my gosh, you're going to kiss me. And then you go to kiss them and then they just breathe into your mouth.
Yeah, that's weird for me. Like, that's so awkward.
Yep.
That's so awkward.
Yep. So they also recently got a cat together named Whiskey. So that's cute.
Wait, that's so cute. I didn't know that.
Yep. Just got a cat.
They're very cat people.
I would recommend to everyone or not everyone listening, whatever you're doing, watch their GQ interview of 40 questions because it's so wackadoo, but so good, and you'll really get to know them.
Oh,
so watch
okay.
it.
I'll have to watch that.
Also, this went viral on TikTok, but there was recently a clip of them at a basketball game where they were like, you know, going around showing the celebrities at the game, and they said MGK and his wife, Megan Fox. And she like made a face and everyone was like very curious about that, which honestly, I understand it. They're not like husband and wife yet. So, and also for Megan to have a career like she has and then for her to just be called someone's wife, I would be off put by that.
I'm off put by that even though I'm engaged. I don't know. It's just like a weird transition thing.
Yeah.
I think you've always been like boyfriend, girlfriend, but then I don't know. I feel like wife is like such a big step. So like that's even weird for me.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yes. Yeah. That like Jack, he was telling me something of like, oh yeah, like when you're my wife. And I was like,
wait a second. Wait, what?
I have 2 months.
Yeah, literally. And then the last thing I have, I just wanted to put this out there that Megan described their relationship as feverish obsession, psychedelic hallucinations, and the kind of sex that would make Lucifer clutch his rosary.
Wow, that's some really strong words. Really strong words. Some things aren't meant to be shared. Like you can keep things private.
I don't need to know about your sex life.
Yeah, you can keep things between you two, you know? Like you don't have to share it with the world.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll just say that.
As celebrities, like your kids are going to see this. I guess I don't know. I mean, I've never been a celebrity, so I don't know how that would work and how it would feel.
It depends on how you broach that conversation as well.
Yeah.
But you better hope your kids learn about that stuff before some kid at school comes up to them and is like, did you hear that?
Your mom, da, da, da. Yeah, that's so hard though too. Because it's like, Oh my God. I don't know how old her kids are, but I know she has 3. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's still really hard. I will say though, I am happy that Megan is happy. I think she deserves it.
I think she deserves it too. And I was actually, when I was reading this stuff, I didn't write it down, but she was talking about how she's really like perceived as like a slut and like, sorry, excuse my language, but like all of these different things. And she's like, I was dating the same person and married to the same person for 10 years, dating them for 15 years. I had this long relationship, like very stable, had my kids, never cheated, never like none of these things. And I'm still a slut. Exactly.
I know.
It's not fair.
The media has not treated her nicely.
Just because she's super attractive and he's played these roles where she's like the attractive person, like what the heck?
And I know it's just like it's made me so sad. Where same with Britney Spears, it's made me so sad that the media has just contorted her image to be this like to be this bitch, this slut. Like all she is a pretty face, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, it's weird shit. But she's happy, and so I'm happy for her.
Yes, me too. And I actually think, like we were talking about earlier, I think they are like perfect for each other.
Yes,
perfectly weird for each other.
I know,
and I love it.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, that's all the stuff I have for them. Which
wow,
they are a juicy couple.
I feel like their relationship is a fever dream for me too. It is. Because it happened so fast.
Yes, and over quarantine. And of course it coincided with everything going on with Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker because they're all friends. Yes. And so there was just so many different pieces to it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, that's the end of our celebrity couple episode. I think we went over some juicy things.
I think we did too. And honestly, I love talking about celebrity couples. So if you guys enjoyed this, let us know. Because there's an endless amount of couples that we could dive into.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had like Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez on our list, which could take a whole entire episode. It's crazy.
We didn't even want to touch the Kardashians in this episode, but they alone could be a whole thing.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do part 2, but
let us know what you think.
Yeah, but no, I had so much fun doing this.
I had fun too. Yeah. And it was fun doing this like in the room with you.
I know, this is so weird.
I know.
But our next episode, like I had mentioned before, we're going to be doing some Hinge dating stuff with Theoni's profile, going over her likes. I know it strays a little bit from our pop culture podcast, but also I think it's super fun, and it's also our podcast, so we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, let's take advantage of my singleness. Wow. Hopefully that'll be interesting. I just honestly, at the end of the day, I hope there's a lot of people with voice memos on Hinge because that stuff cracks me up. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.